Peace and blessings, collective. Welcome in. I am starting with some energy cleansing. This is Palo Santo that I'm burning. Um, I don't know if anybody else is experiencing what I'm experiencing, but I know I feel called to share it. So it's for the resonance of someone here. Major, excuse me, major ascension symptoms, where you might actually feel, like cold flu type vibes. Now, I'm use your discernment as I say this, because if you actually do feel like there is something that requires medical attention, seek it, or do whatever you typically do in those situations. But if you are in tune with your higher self, with your guides, your angels, your spirit team, if you are feeling unwell right now and have not correlated it with the potential of them being ascension symptoms, check in, and you'll feel the resonance of whether or not this is actually what you're experiencing. But I'm going to say, if you are resonating with my frequency and consuming my content, then these are ascension symptoms, and they're pretty gnarly. And I feel called to share in real time like what I'm experiencing. But it's giving, like, I don't know if you can tell even from my voice that there is like, because I mentioned it yesterday that my throat was had a tickle in it. Moon at the bottom of the deck. The moon literally keeps coming out, and tomorrow is the full moon in no the new moon in Leo. As I'm recording this, and this card is Light of the Feminine, the High Priestess, Sacred Wisdom, Deepest Feelings and Thoughts, Inner World, Instincts, Intuition, Needs, Habits, Moods, Yin, Feminine Energy, Worry or Anxiety. And that anxiety is that's why I felt the need to cleanse the energy, because if you are feeling unwell in some sense, like feeling like you may be under the weather, that you might have some form of like medical anxiety, or like, feel unnerved at the fact that you're not feeling well. Because I know that that is a very easy way to lower your vibration. Like, your vibration naturally lowers when you think, or when you have symptoms of what you feel like are being sick. And that's why I'm saying use your discernment, because you may there could be, I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, but the like I'm currently experiencing a lot of, and I'm going to describe it in the terms of what is happening metaphysically. And it's interesting because my fountain keeps making an interesting sound. There's a lot of energetic movement taking place right now. A lot of timeline jumping is significant right now. But what I'm experiencing is a lot of pressure on my crown and behind my third eye. And then clearly my throat chakra is going through something. It all feels like energetic clearing. So really what it came through, like what it downloaded to me as, because in my morning pages this morning, which I have really just been using kind of as a way to communicate with my higher self in writing, I just simply stated, I'm like, I wonder what's going on in my body. And I was informed uh, that, that pressure is because my crown chakra is wide open. My third eye is wide open. So like I'm feeling the pressure of the energy that is channeling through me. And then with the throat chakra, that's how it expresses itself, is through the throat chakra. So that's why the heaviest symptoms are here. While I was sleeping, actually, 33 on the bottom of the deck, the Masters, Sacred Support, Blessings, Expansion, Increase, Fertility, Positive Results, Talents, Skills, Mastery, Teacher, Inspiration, Ascended Masters. Yeah, it may be significant here that you are channeling specific ascended masters. Like if there are specific ascended masters that you feel called to, and now I feel called to actually shuffle this Divine Masters and 22 Archangels deck. I mixed them together. This is two decks mixed together. I typically use this deck for TikTok. I mean, no particular reason why I don't use it here, but this is my first time using it on this channel. But yeah, to see, can we get some clarity on the Ascended Masters that might be making, or that are making an appearance at this time to channel specific energies. But yeah, as far as the ascension symptoms go, like like last night was a weird night for me. I usually sleep straight through the night, but I did have some broken sleep, but it wasn't completely broken. Like I was still asleep, but it was like my my ego, I guess, would become conscious enough in the moment of whatever was happening in my physical body, because I was feeling a lot in my physical body. Horus, manifestation vortex, belief makes manifest, thoughts attract and create, literally. And that's why I'm like trying, I won't say trying 544 on the times I'm saying that, but I'm giving you the alternative of, instead of referring to yourself as sick or whatever the words might be, that you know, can tap into the ascension of it all. Like, these are ascension symptoms, and we have Lemurians on the bottom of the deck with clairvoyance activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. I'm going to take that card as well. And then we have Guru Ram Dass. This card has followed me around since I started posting on TikTok. Like, this card comes out at least 2 or 3 times a week. Guru Ram Dass, miraculous moment. Harmony surrounds you. Expect miracles. Yeah, and that's why, like I said, I started this message with clearing the energy, because your vibration is rising, and if you get stuck in a loop of feeling any sort of like self-pity, or you know, whatever the denser emotions you might experience or may have experienced in the past when you had cold flu-like symptoms, or they may manifest in other ways. Like, it could be body aches, and what's challenging right now is that may be signs of like integration of other timelines. I was gonna say past lives, but really it's just other timelines. Like, where, you know, maybe there was a wound in a different timeline, and now you're feeling it without actually having experienced it, because you are open in that way. But like I said, you know, trust your intuition. Literally, that's guidance from the Lemurians. Trust your intuition. Let's see. Okay. And this is an Archangel Chamuel, relationship assignments. No one crosses your path by chance. Choose to see the deeper reasons for the people in your life. That's interesting. And then Vajrayogini with transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. Yeah, don't be, the word that's coming through is fooled. I know that can have some density around it. Into being afraid of what's happening in your body right now. 10th house, career, working your way to the top, success, recognition, status, authority, exposure, ambition, reputation, position, governments, father or slash dominant parent. And this is associated with the devil and the world. So yeah, there's a temptation to, you know, to fall into this like fearful energy, you know, especially depending on how severe your symptoms are. Because I know that mine feel kind of crazy. Like, if I did not know and trust my intuition, and, you know, have my intuition have been confirmed externally even, I would probably feel like I was actually, you know, ailing, to the point of, you know, maybe taking, and I don't want to say that there's anything necessarily wrong with taking medicine, but instead I've gone the holistic route, and I had a cup of throat coat tea, drinking a lot of water, and actually I had already felt called. So today is Wednesday. Monday, I knew that I was going to be fasting yesterday, and by that point, like when I woke up on Tuesdays, when I had the tickle in my throat, but I already knew I was going to be fasting. So as the day played out, like, it's like, I know it's not related to food. Like, it's nothing I ate, because at one point, even while I was sleeping, I could feel energy moving, like, in my core, like around the solar plexus area. And had I, you know, been eating that day, or had something that, I don't know, you know, what could have potentially done something, I might have had something to blame it on. But because I was intuitively led not to eat yesterday, I'm able to really pinpoint and navigate what I'm experiencing from a metaphysical perspective. Somebody needed to hear that, I guess. And then we have the Christ light, which is Master Sananda, which is, I believe, Jesus's name in the, I don't know how to, like, in the 5th dimension, like the higher vibrational name for Jesus is Master Sananda. But the Christ light, 5D heart activation, bliss, inner peace, throat chakra, tranquility, ascension, compassion, tolerance, forgiveness, purity, benevolence, service, sainthood. Yeah, you're anchoring fifth dimensional frequencies, and that's why, and the Master's 33 is still on the bottom of the deck, which is very Christ-light coded 33. There is still, there was a stream that was just coming through. Oh, because this 5D, heart activation, this fifth dimensional human expression, this is the, okay, so that was the other thing that channeled through when I was journaling this morning, was that I'm not sick. I am consciously I am participating in conscious evolution. Like I am intentionally allowing my human body to evolve while I'm still in it. And that's why it hurts physically. And having that knowing that that is what I'm doing intentionally really makes it a lot easier to endure what I am experiencing. Because when I tell you, like, it's kind of like, it feels kind of crazy to experience these symptoms in this way. But that's literally why I'm here. And the way that I felt so called to share in real time what I'm experiencing, like it was confirmation that I know that this is meant to be confirmation for someone else. We have Sagittarius with I seek associated with the Temperance card in the tarot. Dare to be free, adventurous, free spirit, idealistic, bold, optimistic, independent, philosophical, wise, funny, blunt, reckless. So you could maybe take a look at what Sagittarius rules in your chart, like what house it rules, what planets you have there. And then fifth house. So we have the 10th house and the fifth house, which is pleasure, associated with strength and the sun. Create a life filled with joy, romance, fun, joy, creativity, hobbies, self-expression, inner child, dating, good fortune, fertility, children. So maybe take a look at fifth house placements as well. See where this Leo full moon falls in your chart. I don't think I'm aware what house Leo rules for me. But I know I do have a planet there. Can't quite say which one though. But yeah, I am seeing boundaries on the bottom of the deck as well. Like setting the intentional boundaries with those. So like with the like ascension symptom energy, setting boundaries with those. Like if you don't live alone, if you are in the presence of other people, it may be better, divinity, for you to isolate in some way, not necessarily because you don't want to, like because you're contagious, which I don't know if ascension symptoms are contagious. I mean, probably if you're ascending together, but more so to keep the potential projections of what the sick experience is, to keep it personal, so that you're not, being fed fear, like fear stories, fear illusions. Spiritual cleansing. Yeah, like a spiritual bath may be significant, or like I was just doing in the beginning of the video, energy cleansing, psychic, with the Palo Santo, so some sort of smudging or smoke cleansing, maybe burning incense. There's like clearing mists. I feel called to mention the Lymitless Clear Channel aromatherapy mist, which the website is still under construction, so not currently available for shipping, but soon come. And also you could just like reach out to me if you so chose. Relief, literally. You could just reach out to me, and actually I'm realizing I didn't even, because usually I do. I'll do that like immediately after I anoint, and I didn't. I'm realizing, because my anointing bottles, these larger sizes, I have in front of me, but I switched out back here the roll-ons, which are the ones that are actually going to be available for sale. But yeah, there is relief coming. Like you being able to acknowledge 1515 all the time as I'm saying that this is not going to lower your vibration, because that's really what it is. Like, you have to anchor your vibration. Do not get into any loops of, like, the word that's coming to mind is hopelessness, around the way your body feels right now, because it is doing a lot for you to be able to live in this higher timeline that you are anchoring. Like, your body is physically changing. And I know that in some ways can be challenging to grasp, and me doing it consciously, like intentionally knowing that that's what is happening. Boundaries came back out. We have divine feminine again, which came out at the beginning, and release. Yeah, like, release the attachment to old stories so that you can anchor in this affluent timeline, literally affluence. Let's see. Gateway of Light activation oracle. Let's see. Yeah, it's very interesting having cold/flu symptoms in the middle of the summer, because I very rarely feel things like this, and when I do, it typically is in the winter, and I assign it to, the weather. But this is just way too out of the blue. Like, to just wake up and have a scratchy throat, and I live alone and haven't really encountered many other people. Hathor, light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Literally journaled that this morning as well, that this is a full system upgrade, and that energy came out, I think, in a reading 2 days ago. And then we have Anunnaki light codes with energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Yeah, like, literally, this is a new timeline. We are anchoring a new timeline. Stargate heart chakra opening, unblocking, generosity. Yeah, the heart space is very expanded at this time, and that is part of what, it's like the activation of the sacred heart, of the, like, of operating from the heart space. That's another thing that I have been doing very intentionally, is dropping out of my mind and into my heart space. And I know that, like, conceptually that might not be, like, if you're not used to being that conscious of where your consciousness is in your vessel, that might be a little abstract to envision. But literally all I do is, like, drop out of my mind, literally, like, just tune it out and feel my heartbeat from the inside. So I'm guessing someone will benefit from hearing that. Emerald tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. Literally, conscious manifesting, conscious evolution. And then I wanted to take the next two. Crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. And then this one, chamber of the violet flame, cosmic release, radical transformation. Truly, like, this is the transformation of a lifetime. Like, I say that with the most, like, in the humblest way I know how, but we are on the cusp of, like, a transition in humanity. Like, the energetic, like, the way that we operate as a society is changing before our eyes. But not only that, the human itself is changing the way it operates. Let's see. Tap in with the Dragon Oracle, and I'm going to read the book for this one. Can we get one Dragon Oracle message, please? No, that's more than one. That's 4. I'm going to read the bottom one. Silver Dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities. Literally. It's the higher possibility is that you are not sick. Your body is evolving. That's the higher possibility. But like I said, possibility. You have to trust in that possibility. Like, that possibility has to resonate for you, for it to actually take root, for it to consciously manifest in your reality. We have Air Dragon, helps you rise above earthly matters, communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope, see life from a higher perspective. Literally, this a message of higher perspective, of higher timelines. We are anchoring into a higher timeline collectively. Bottom of the deck is Earth Dragon. Clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. Literally, energy clearing and spiritual cleansing are very, very prevalent at this time. If you do not have a way to do that, I do offer. Why is my brain drawing a blank? Because I offer a 30-minute pre-recorded personal reading at the link in my description. And if you suggest or like ask, like in the notes when you're placing your order, you can ask me for specific things. So like if you're looking for ways to clear energy, I can give you examples and like channel into your guides and angels and like let you know what I get from them for you. But you know, if you don't know, it's really as simple as, you know, setting the intention that the energy is cleared. But I know for a lot of people that's like the more, like you have to trust it. Like you can't doubt that that's the truth. And if you know that there's a possibility that your vibration is going to, like if you're still oscillating between dimensions of consciousness, it might get a little, like your ego is going to fight it. So it's a lot of times it's helpful when you're in the oscillation between the fourth and the fifth dimension to actually have a three-dimensional action or ritual to anchor the energy so that your being can have a reference point of when the energy shifted. Okay, Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters, communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope, see life from a higher perspective. Fourth dimensional air dragons are blue, the color of the sky, and fly lightly around us. Air is the element of communication, and these dragons help us to speak our truth. They also encourage us to breathe properly. I know you can hear the drainage happening, which is a sign, like I've been saying, it was 2234, so 2234 when I was saying that. But the for my vessel, like when I'm channeling, that is a sign of energetic clearing, is when drainage starts to happen in my sinuses. So the energy is clearing. Literally, stuck energy is clearing. Stuck energy is clearing. Okay. They also encourage us to breathe properly so that we inhale as much source energy as possible. When air dragons puff their energy over a person or situation, they bring new hope and opportunity. We can call on them to exhale over situations to enable resolutions to be taken for the highest good. In their energy fields, they carry the light of higher possibilities for the planet. Guidance. Air Dragon suggests you take things lightly, so choosing this card indicates you should relax and look at part of your life from a higher perspective. Air Dragons also inspire you to communicate honestly but lovingly in a way that calms and soothes everyone around you and promotes good outcomes. Honest communication will bring pure white light into your aura, and when this happens, everybody will trust and respect you. Blue air dragons are supporting you as you rise above your challenges. They will help you to say the most tactful or inspirational words and assist you to stand in your power and with integrity. Breathe blue and white light into your heart center, and as an air dragon appears in front of you, breathe the light over it. In this way, you are energizing and motivating it so that it will always be connected to you. It is time to decide on your next step, so be clear about what you really want. Your air dragon will accompany you as you fly towards your chosen destiny. Literally, you get to choose, but you have to choose from a place of certainty. You cannot doubt yourself. You cannot doubt the manifestation. You cannot doubt your calling. Doubt, fear, worry, resistance do not exist on the timeline that we are anchoring. And that's the transition. That's the evolution of the human consciousness. No longer living in the problem solving, fixing energy, but living from our innate worth. Operating as joy and abundance as our birthright. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this here. Yeah. Well, okay. I feel called to an Archangel Michael message. And then I'm gonna let y'all go. Archangel Michael, Sword of Light, Oracle. Get your power back. You have forgotten who you are. You are the child of the divine. So take back your power. Do not doubt your truth. And that the blue, and there is so much blue on this table, but blue. And then bottom of the deck, 44, you will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. And on that note, I am going to love and leave y'all here. Services and digital products are linked in my description. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And yeah, I'm wishing you an abundant ascension, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.